Okay, it's time for another MSC Lip Out. Today I'm going to be talking about Tiger Woods' future. Unfortunately, he didn't make the cut in the PGA Championship, and I was listening to his post-round remarks, and I found them troublesome. And the reason why I did is because I would like to see a healthy Tiger Woods, and I'd like to see him compete and make it run for Jack Nicklaus's record. He's made it so far. I think it's still a possibility, but I do not think it's a possibility unless he goes through a mythological transformation. And what I mean by that is, mythologically speaking, Tiger Woods is on the hero's journey, and he's made it 3/4 of the way there, and this is when the journey becomes most difficult. If he's going to receive the boon of fulfillment at the end of this journey, he's going to have to go through a transformational phase. And we saw this happen with Ben Hogan, where, Ben Hogan was, I think he was 37, 38 when he got in his accident, and he had to radically transform the way he played the game. And he admitted, I never hit the ball after the accident even close to as well as I did before the accident. And yet he still won 6 majors after the accident. And that's because he was willing to accept the decline of his physical powers. And this is where Tiger Woods is stuck. He's mired in this idea that he has to remain the youthful physical presence and win tournaments by smashing everybody the way he did when he was growing up. Well, he's already gone through the beginning and the middle of his career. He has to pull a Michael Jordan and develop a fadeaway. He can't just drive at the basket the way he used to. He's going to get rejected. That's the problem that he faces right now, is in his mind, he's acting like he's 23 years old, but his body is like it's 50 years old. So what he has to do is be willing to make a mental and physical transformation. He was saying in his press conference his glutes need to get stronger. He needs to get his strength back to where it was. I disagree with all of that. I'm a nationally certified personal trainer. What he needs is speed. He doesn't need strength. He doesn't need to be able to bench press 350. He needs speed. And shoot, look at Tiger Woods when he was 20 years old. He was a beanpole, and he hit it farther than he does now. And he did it with a shorter driver. I think Tiger Woods has to develop a go-to shot off the tee, just one shot, like a power fade, just one shape. Bubba Watson just hits one shape. He's obviously still the best in the world with his irons. He needs that tee shot, and he needs to focus on the greens again. He needs to really work on his putting and make sure that he's mastered putting. I believe Ben Hogan became a better putter after his accident because he couldn't rely on his ball striking. But ultimately, if I was a trusted ally in the Tiger Woods camp, I would say with 100% certainty that what he needs to do, if there was a choice between the gym and yoga class, I would say take yoga. And the main reason why is because his transformation is going to be mental and physical if he's ever going to reach the goal of 18 major professional wins. So what he needs to do, in my opinion, is master his breathing. The greatest martial artists and ballet dancers in the world are masters of their breathing. In fact, my friend Allison Baver, who's an Olympic medalist in speed skating, told me she was taught by Apollo Ono how to breathe in speed skating. He knew the exact number of breaths it took him to run a race. I think it was something like he'd had 43 breaths, and he'd work on those 43 breaths in meditation. He wouldn't even be on the track. He would just work on his breath, know how many strokes, how many kicks with his legs he would make, and he knew exactly what it was going to take to win that race. That's what Tiger needs to do. Rickson Gracie, the greatest martial artist, and in my opinion, the greatest athlete in the history of the world, he became a yoga master and a master of his breathing. And what this allowed him to do was to reach no mind. No mind is when you are untroubled by the past or the future. You live only in the present and you execute. When I look at Tiger play the game now, he is mired in intellectual garbage. He looks like he's thinking so much and he's struggling. And then when a shot doesn't happen the way he thought it should go, then that makes waves, just hurricanes of trouble in his mental state. He's got to let all of that go. You've got to go through a transformation to get to the final stage. Develop that fadeaway like Michael Jordan did. Don't rely on strength and power the way you have in the past. You've got plenty of game to go up against these jokers, but you've got to change the way you approach the game. And I'm just going to leave you with some thoughts on breathing by Master Rickson Gracie.
And your philosophy was much more like a samurai. Your philosophy was much deeper, much more meditation-based, and we got to see you doing yoga. I think you opened up a lot of people's eyes to different mindset involved in preparation, but also to yoga. That was the first time I had ever seen a martial artist that was really into yoga.
Yes, I think for the athlete in general, the breathing, understanding of the breathing is a big plus. There's a lot of elements in the breathing who are involved with controlling emotions, getting more energy, and so on. So as I get exposed to breathing properly, I get addicted, and I felt like it was a huge element of, in addition to the techniques, in addition to the heart and to the heart training, learning the breathing is a huge beneficial thing for the athlete.
You obviously learned jiu-jitsu from a very early age, but how did you get involved into the yoga?
I'm very happy to be related with this master called Orlando Cani, which was the precursor of the Ginástica Natural. He developed some kind of style of yoga which is not exactly a postural, like postures and breathing to relax or to achieve meditation. It was more like an active breathing for athletes. One day, we about to start the class, he was calling the phone, and he said to me, "Rickson, you keep going and I'll be right back." So for the first time, I was able to breathe, make my routine without follow him up, without having my mind focused on what he was doing. So I start to breathe and move and breathe and move. And then, has some woods on the walls, we imitate monkeys to climb the wood and stuff. So in one point, I come back to reality. And then I was on top of the highest frame in the wall, sweating like a pig. And then I look around and start to come back to reality. And I saw him on the corner crying. And then I said, "What's up, man? What's going on?" He said, "Man, you don't have to learn anything else from me. You achieve the highest level of get empty mind." And then I kind of said, "Why you say that?" Said, "Yeah, because you're here for an hour, 15 minutes and completely off. I mean, you didn't notice anything." Because he was applying the development of the animal instinct, which takes your brain off, your mind, your concentration, and keep you more like a instinctive animal.
I'm a water person. I feel so much energy in the water. I can understand better my emotions. I don't feel my body, but I feel some kind of very special, nice feeling inside. It's like, it's beyond the pain, beyond the anxiety, beyond the out of control. It's just, it's almost the point where you surrender and you're gonna just float. It's almost when you're gonna die, but it's a pleasure. It's not the pain and the uncomfortable just disappear, and it's just pleasure. It's unbelievable feeling. It's very nice.
by doing that kind of routine, I was able to not just breathing properly, but also achieve empty mind. And I was like in a state, a meditation state for a long time, like not concentrating in anything like rational. Oh, he's there or he's. So I was able to achieve like a empty mind. And after I noticed that, I start to practice my routines to get that same feeling of emptiness. And that kind of meditation works for me as no other one.
So this empty mind state enhanced your jiu-jitsu, this ability to achieve this state on top of all the techniques, on top of all the training and the instincts. This took it to the next level.
Yes, because, in one point, if you allowed yourself to be present, you not commit to the offense or to the defense. You commit to give nothing and take everything. So you give me opportunity, I will be there. If you try to surprise me, I will be there accordingly defending myself. So it's all on the table. It's like no surprises because it's no expectations. So keeping a cool mind, even when it's boiling, is something I felt like was always like something which give me an edge.
Okay, guys, what's the date today?
The 10th, I believe. The 10th of August, 2014. Okay.
Okay, Saturday, August 9th, 2014. I'm here with my best friends, Joel and Marty, that I've been playing golf with since we met together 8 years ago on a TV show. 4.5 years ago, I started my swing evolution because once I saw it on tape, I saw my swing sucked. Today, August 9th, 2014, I did it. I shot 2 under par. I shot a 70, 33 on the backside. I finally broke par.
Monumental occasion.
Any thoughts, guys? When did you know I was...
I think probably around the 13th, 14th hole, you made a string of birdies, and I knew you were coming in at 1 over after the turn. And then after those couple birdies, I knew that you were on to something special. And you just kept on making pars, par after par after par after par. On 18, 2 shots.
18 was nerve-wracking. It was a par 5. Blistered a shot down the right-hand side in the fairway. I had a 3-wood in, 251, and that was the shot. Do you remember?
I remember the shot. The shot was, you couldn't have played it any better. Beautiful shot.
I was 1 foot off in the fringe. I had an eagle putt about, it was 22 paces, and 2 putts for a 70. But this is it. Finally did it. So my swing evolution works, and I'm proud to say I'm now an under par golfer.
Congratulations.